Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about kindness. It's more important than ever. You know, kindness seems to be missing in today's society. People are more connected to their devices than to what's happening around them. They're self-absorbed. Kindness is oftentimes the last thing they think about. And right now, with our country being so polarized politically, I mean, kindness is even more important. We need to really take this seriously. I mean, there's so much not kindness out there, right? Albert Schweitzer said, constant kindness can accomplish as much as the sun making ice melt. Kindness causes misunderstandings, mistrust, and hostility to evaporate. He's spot on, right? I mean, without kindness, our world would be filled with strife and discontent and anger. Well, it is. And I believe that's why. Our world is filled with that. And I believe that's why, right? I mean, relationships fall apart or they never start, or countries disintegrate into constant war, and our world just completely changes, right? So, I mean, kindness is critical. So, according to Dr. John and Julie Gottman, who are founders of the Gottman Institute, which studies relationships, they say that every successful relationship is in the end supported by kindness. What's more, they claim that the most important time you should be kind is during some type of conflict, such as when you're arguing with your partner. That's the hardest time, right? That is the hardest time for most people to be kind. But kindness is about showing empathy and acceptance and tolerance, explains Lawrence Stroyanowski. He's a Vancouver-based therapist. And it's about being able to scan your partner for things to appreciate rather than criticize. And Stroyanowski also follows the principles set out by the Gottman Institute. So why kindness, right? As children and even as adults, we look for kindness from our family and friends. We give and we receive kindness every day in some form. Kindness moves us. You know, we remember past kindnesses done to us and by us, and kindness nourishes and heals and strengthens and uplifts us. I mean, many studies have shown that kindness is not only a good moral value, but it's also good for you. It benefits your brain and your body and your emotions in so many ways. It's a foundation for a meaningful life. So I have for you 6 reasons why kindness is so important. Number 1, kindness makes us happier. It's true, right? I mean, when we perform random acts of kindness, we activate areas of pleasure, social connection, and trust in our brains. That's one of the reasons why I love to send cards. You know, I love to catch people doing something on Facebook where maybe they post pictures of some big event they had and I send it to them in a card. It's just an act of kindness, but it makes me feel good doing it, thinking about how much they're going to love it when they see it, right? So then the second one, it creates a positive loop in our mind. Kindness makes you happier and happiness makes you kinder. It just goes around and around and around, right? Kindness makes you happier and happiness makes you kinder. And when you're happy, you're more likely to feel giving and kind towards others. Number 3, kindness can create social connections and bonding. So as humans, we're programmed to be part of a group. You know, we're part of a tribe. I mean, that's from the caveman days, right? It's always been that way. That's how we are. And being part of a group, a social connection of some type, enhances our physical performance and it boosts our mental clarity. Being kind also allows us to be a part of the group. And it makes us fit in, right? It helps us to fit in. Number 4, kindness helps with the healing process. You know, when healthcare is delivered with kindness, it can hasten the healing process. And so people don't have to stay in the hospital as long. Isn't that amazing? Care given with kindness leads to a range of outcomes, including reduced pain, lowered blood pressure, and less anxiety for the patient and the caregivers. I'm sure you can relate to that. I mean, I've been in the hospital, and there's been times when I've had doctors come in and just do something to me without telling me what they were going to do up front, and it freaked me out and scared me half to death, and it was way worse than it could have been, right? Because when a doctor comes in with kindness and explains what he's going to do and does it, you're just more relaxed and you're trusting, and so it makes a huge difference. And then number 5, kindness can decrease or help prevent diseases. So kindness lowers our stress and our anxiety levels, and it decreases pain because of the endorphins and the feel-good hormones that are released from your brain at the time of the act. So positive emotions from kindness boost your vagus nerve, which then regulates blood sugar. And so that helps your body prevent diabetes and strokes and heart disease. Powerful, huh? And then number 6, altruism has been shown to stimulate the reward area of our brain. So studies suggest that we get high on being kind. It's sort of like a natural drug. So let's look at some ways that you can spread kindness. I mean, that's what we want to do, right? So first one, lead by example. Always remember your manners, right? Our parents taught them to us for a reason. So make sure we use them, and then others will follow your lead. Put an end to petty criticism. Remember the saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all? Well, try to keep it positive. The more you can be positive as you go throughout the day, the more kind you're being, right? Help new people feel welcome. When you're in a situation where there's someone new in the group, be sure to introduce yourself to them and get to know them, or introduce them to other people in the group, right? I mean, we've all been that new person at one point or another. So make sure that you're doing your part to help them feel welcome and help them feel like they're part of it, part of the team, or part of the group. Recognize another person's strengths, not their weaknesses. So a pat in the back can go a long way. I mean, I've never met a person that doesn't like to feel appreciated. We all do, right? So be kind. So always remember that we're all in this together. Classic examples of being kind to others can include helping an elderly person cross the street, or carrying someone's groceries, or paying for the coffee order of the person in line behind you, right? Or sending a card like I do. I like to send cards. So essentially, any nice action you take without expectation of a return can be considered an act of kindness. And above all, smile. It's amazing what a smile can do. That's a little tougher when you have a mask on right now with coronavirus. But learn to smile with your eyes, or nod when you're smiling, or something, so they know that you're sending them some love, right? And then probably last but not least, and this is probably most important, kindness isn't a feeling, it's an action. So being kind it's not about how you feel, it's about what you do. So showing kindness to someone that you don't like is hard. It can be really hard, right? But you might just surprise yourself when you take the high road. Just remember that it's not about the other person. It's about us and who we choose to be in the moment. And that's powerful. We have the choice of how we can react. We have the choice of how we can relate to somebody. It's not so much about them. It's about you choosing that you're going to be kind, right? So practice little things like smiling and saying hello to a crotchety neighbor, or not talking smack about a difficult coworker, or choosing not to clap back at someone when they've dissed you. I mean, those are all acts of kindness, and most of them are not easy, right? But you can learn how to do it. You get the habit of doing that. And even if it feels strange to you, if you show kindness, then you're more likely to feel better. You could even start to see the good in people, or even learn why they act the way they do. Kindness is important. I really believe that. No matter how inconsequential an act of kindness might be, it is good for you. Without kindness, life would be lonely. You'd be filled with anger and desolation and disease and stress. And when kindness is both given and received with no expectations in return, our lives are calmer, they're happier, and we build meaningful connections to others. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. What about you? Right? Do you think kindness is important? What do you have to add to what I said? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for being here. I don't see anybody live, but if you are live, thanks for being here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. I appreciate you, all of you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow, or I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.